Hi, I'm Janet Krauss, and I'm pleased to join the community of poets at poetryvlog.com. A poem about a broken bucket. Is it true that the full moon is more beautiful mirrored in water? It appears disembodied, a blank face, threatening to dissolve within its element, though it seems enthralled, caught in its illusion, floating as if summoned from an unknown depth, a mute oracle, undulating omens. But now the moon lies flapping on the ground like a silent, gasping fish, the water barely skimming the dirt, the bucket broken, having slipped from the poet's hands that hang inert, ineffectual, one palm up, one down, emptiness between, the damp rag of despair on her face. Look up at the moon, looking down at you. A branch of a persimmon tree graces its steady gaze. The poem can be the simple act of seeing the wondrous thing. A lesson from Chardin. Chardin tells us about eloquence of placement, the copper ladle propped up so its surface shines next to the large, stolid cistern, the thick rim catching the light, a small black pitcher on the other side. He tells us we too can create balance and order in our lives, fulfill plans as neatly arranged as his 5 cherries that equal in number 2 peaches, a green apple, and 2 halves of a delicate apricot. And his dead creatures assume comforting positions of solitude. A mallard drake hangs head down, stretched out in solemn dignity, while 2 thrush lie in opposite directions as if asleep in a family bed, a hare cradling them against its body, pretending to be still warm. Is that all we can hope for at the end? Such peaceful symmetry to bless us in death. You think you can depend. You think you can depend on your hair being curly, since all summer long it billows and wraps itself around your finger until the first dry wave of a day in October, when your hair lets you down like sails, listless, flat, in a no-wind situation. You think you can depend on the windows staying clean because they were just washed, so clear it's as if they have souls, rinsed of their sins. But the rain leaves a myriad of dirty prints as a message. Why bother? You think you can depend on your students appearing every morning by gripping the sides of your desk as though that will secure their presence, prevent them from slipping off the edge of the earth like the proverbial ship when no longer in sight, even if you blink in hopes it will emerge again. You think you can depend on the local diner to fill each morning with people hungry for each other's words. You smile as you pass by to see cars parked close together as their owners are sipping coffee and waiting for plates heaped with eggs and buttered toast. But your smile disappears on a morning the lot is empty, like a field lying fallow under a steel-colored sky. Of brothers and sisters. I hear them in the room underneath. I hear them, the carpenters, he whistling while he works, she laughing with mirthful ease. In between the drillings, the fastenings of the joists, the hammering of the nails, they talk about casseroles, bee stings, and wayward friends. And I think about the Wordsworths, Dorothy and William, picking apples, shooing away gnats over a stilled pond, and comforting Coleridge over tea. I think of them working together, she giving to William her visions of the daffodils, leaping like dancers, favored by the lake wind, and the broken-boned leech-gatherer, his heavy, dark coat over his bent back. I wrote the leech-gatherer for him, which he had begun the night before. And so the carpenter's sister planes and carries the boards up the stairs. He secures the planks across the beams, stretching over precarious air. Perfect, he whispers to her when he finishes. And I think of my brother and me, survivors he named us. We struggle to keep the answer to who we are, who we called ourselves to be, worthy of words, perfect as the carpenter's boards that cover the meaningless space. Snow falling. Snow falling on a gray evening, our poetry session is alive on the other side of the window. Lamps are lit over open books. A poet in his verse discovered he did not need to know his name, so taken he was with a bird's song. But all this does not sweep away what mixes with snow, uncertainty the poet did not feel, blessed with the oneness of the moment he became. I look into a friend's eyes as she explains the poet's phrase about moving out of darkness. I hold her steady gaze. She does not fear snowfall. She lives where roads wander into hills that hide in the night, but not from her. I take on her confidence and drive into tomorrow. I hear voices cheering me as I arrive.